Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We have some special guests here in the studio. You're going to really enjoy today's show. But first, let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning up there in Southport. Drew Pollard and the hard-working crew up there taking care of our everyday comfort needs. And speaking of comfortable, today's going to be comfortable. It's going to be a high of actually of 83 and a low of 71. Water temperature is hanging in there at 77 degrees at the end of the pier. So really everything in good shape there. Let's take a look at our river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. The Apalachicola of Bluntstown. We're looking at a reading this morning at an 8.5. I'm sorry, let's go back again. That one's actually 6.8. And then the Choctawhatchee at Caryville is in good shape at a 4.2. Both rivers are smoothed out. We may have a little bit of rain Saturday, but it's not going to really affect the rivers. They're going to be in great shape. Out of 52 weekends a year, if you want to freshwater fish, this weekend should be one of the best because the full moon is going to be Monday night. Saturday, if you can do anything, make sure you make a fishing trip Saturday or Friday or Saturday, do it. The full moon of May. All right, now the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. On the other end of the spectrum, we're not going to have many strong tides in our whole Panhandle area. There's just not a lot of strong tides. It's just all neap tides today and tomorrow. It's going to pick up a little bit Saturday. So go ahead and get planned for your weekend, some outdoor activities that you're going to enjoy with you and your family and friends. All right, we're going to take a break, come back with our special guest. Okay, welcome back and welcome to our guest. Finally, I've been trying to get him on for a while. Richard from the Sleep Center and his sweet daughter, Lauren. Good to have y'all.
Good to be here this morning.
We really, I do all my business there, have for a long time, and Jeff and all of us, and Richard does so much and all we get to, but to tell folks how you got started. He's been one of our big sponsors since we started. Well, how you got started with the Sleep Center?
Well, I was going to college on a soccer scholarship, William Carey College in Gulfport, Mississippi. And actually, me and one of my buddies went down to one of the local bar rooms, was going to grab a little beer, and ran into a guy there that had just opened up a sleep center down there. And I got to talking to him, and he said, do you want to make some extra money helping me with deliveries? Do you have a truck? I said, my friend has a truck. So we'd love to, do some extra deliveries after school and make some money for the weekend. And after a little while, one of my friends approached him about opening a franchise in Louisiana, and wasn't long after that we kept in touch, and he got himself a new truck and a boat and got married, got his wife a diamond ring, and I started thinking, I like trucks and boats and diamond rings, what do I need to do? So I approached the owner about opening a franchise, and here we are.
Oh, that is an awesome story. It always pays to have a truck or to have a friend with a truck.
That's right, absolutely.
We've always said that. You got to have a truck somewhere in the family. And Lauren, you've been doing little things with them for quite some time, I know. But you working there full time now, or school, or?
Yes, sir. I'm working at the Sleep Center full time. All
right, and you finished up at Mosley, and you took outdoor ed at Mosley, didn't you?
I did take outdoor ed. I was the homecoming representative in 2019.
That's something to be proud of now. Homecoming rep out of outdoor ed. There's a lot of competition there, so I'm proud of you for that. In the line of business, we have all kind of fishing pictures and all. We're going to get those later, but we're right now going to talk about, the Sleep Center and all the things you can get there. I know when the Murphy bed advertisement came on,
yes,
those things sold like hotcakes, didn't they?
They're still selling like hotcakes. We can't keep them in stock. As soon as the trucks come in, they're gone again. The trucks come in, we're on the phone calling people, your Murphy bed's in, your cabinet bed's in.
Is that right? Still?
Yes, absolutely.
They're so practical.
Very practical. They don't take up much room. You can unfold them in seconds, and they're very comfortable. That's the difference, because on those pull-out couch beds, the mattress is so thin, and the bar is pushing up against your back, and you wake up, you feel terrible. That's not the case with the cabinet beds, because it's a nice, solid surface and a nice, comfortable queen-size memory foam mattress on it.
Oh, that's so cool. And I think about, when I see something like that, I think about these hunting camps and fishing camps and bonus rooms, and because, boy, you have a lot of room, and yet, boom, there you got something comfortable.
I just bought 36 acres in Alfred so that I can fish, because I love to fish. I always want to be able to fish out my back door. And I can't wait to get my house built up there so I can
you're gonna put
I'm going to have a Murphy bed in there.
There you go. The owner of the store is going to do it. That's a testimonial there. That's great. One of the things too, a lot of the mattresses and all, I know on some of your commercials, they're American made.
Yes. The ones we carry, yes.
The ones you carry, all that's good. And they're very comfortable. Do you have one?
I do. I have a Stearns & Foster.
The Stearns & Foster. That's what we have. Okay. What's in running a business? You do so much and all. I've watched you over the years. What's your biggest challenge as a business owner locally and all? And what's the biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge really is just keeping up with the advertising nowadays has changed so much.
Yeah.
From when I first got started. You know, with the introduction of the internet, believe it or not, I was around before the internet.
I understand.
So it's hard keeping up with all that, but
I know a lot of times I ask that question to business owners. Sometimes they say, you know, getting help and all that. But you have some folks that you've had some good people working with you.
We have. We've been fortunate, but I've always been taught you take good care of your employees, they're going to take care of you also. So anytime they need anything, I try and be there for them as well.
That's true. And I know, now what's your biggest challenge working for your dad?
Probably being the only girl there.
That's right, you're only girl in the office. I know when I go in, you've got pictures on the wall of the fish and all that. That's the first thing that, you know, I look at when you fish and all. And you love fishing too, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
What about, and you do freshwater and saltwater?
I've been saltwater fishing all my life, and very rarely have I done any freshwater fishing, but now that I've got this pond on my property, we've really been enjoying the freshwater fishing and trying to get some, I don't know all the techniques, because it's different techniques and different baits and things like that. And so I went to a couple of the tackle shops around here and asked their opinions. And, you know I first tried to set up a Texas rig, and I'm like, how come my worm's got a broken neck and a broken back? The guy showed me how to do it correctly, and it's working. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with our special guest. Okay, have our sponsors on here. One of our sponsors has been with us a long time, just good folks and do a lot for the community, and we'll get to that later. But we just want to share some outdoor pictures they brought with them. And Richard and Lauren, let's look at these pictures and tell the folks about them. What we got here? Okay.
I really don't even know what kind of fish. That's a pond that we've been fishing at that we bought 36 acres up in Alfred, Florida, and it's got about a 4-acre pond on it, and we're catching lots of bass and brim, and that, I don't know if it's some kind of grass carp or something.
It's a carp, yeah. That's cool. Ooh, check this out.
That's my wife. And, yeah, that's a nice healthy brim there, a bluegill.
And you're fishing with just a cork and a
yeah,
pole.
We were eyeballing the property, thinking about purchasing it, and
tell that story. That's a good story. Now you've been looking for a long time, like a lot of us have.
Been looking for a couple of years, and I wanted something that I could fish out of. And a lot of times I'll find land and it'll have a little man-made dug ditch. You can't really fish in that. We found this. It's 4 acres. It had a lot of damage from the hurricane. I wasn't sure, and my wife really loved the property, and she made me grab a cane pole and a bobber on the way over there and some worms, and we got in there, and right off the bat, we were trying to catch some brim, you know, with some worm. Caught a bass right off the bat.
The first one.
Very first time we put a hook in the water, I said, I'll take it.
That was a sign from above, right there.
That's a sign. I got to have the property.
I love it. Okay, and your wife has that passion for fishing also.
Oh, she loves it. She'll be out. She'd move up there in a heartbeat.
That's great. All right, now we want a big pond here now. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, we do a lot of saltwater fishing. That's probably the biggest grouper I've caught right there. I was very happy with that one. Bent the pole in half.
Listen, I don't know, is that scratches? Is the shark on the side? Did the shark try to get him?
It sure looks like it. I was thinking the same thing.
On the way up, I bet it did. Whoa.
Some
story? That's
tuna fishing in Venice, Louisiana. That's the tuna fishing capital of the world out there.
I love that place.
I think we probably caught a dozen of those out there that day. That was a very good trip.
Wow. Lauren, did you go on that trip?
I did not.
Somebody has to stay and do the work, right? Somebody has to stay and do the work.
Right, absolutely.
Okay.
Me and Lauren and my wife Kim, we went to Colorado. Wanted to take a winter vacation and try some snow skiing and snowmobiling and ice fishing.
That is cool. A little rod and reel, just perfect, isn't it?
You want to talk about light tackle? That's some light tackle right there.
Wow, that's cool.
There's Lauren and her fish. You can see her smiling through all her cold gear.
Now, was she cold? Was
it
cold up there? That's funny. That's a big old smile, though. Nice.
Yeah, another local charter company we took here and caught a nice red snapper there.
Isn't that great? You catch a brim one weekend, a big red snapper next weekend.
I love to fish.
Okay.
Nice cobia there. I was fishing with a buddy of mine out near Mexico Beach, and we were going from one snapper hole to another, and I'm looking in the backwash, and we were slowly going out, and the backwash of the motor, I see this big fish come up, and I'm looking, I said, I think that's a cobia. He goes, no, right behind the motor, just swimming in the backwash.
Yeah.
He says, no, that's a remora. Maybe so. And then he reached up like that, and I saw his mouth, and it was a wide mouth. I just dropped a little bait in the water, and he took it right there.
No kidding.
Unbelievable.
Now, that's a good fishing story right there.
Yeah.
Because they do look like a remora. All right, Laura, tell us about this one.
So we went on another charter boat company, and we went with people from work, and I went over there and I got a big bite on my line. It's a nice amberjack over there. I had to have about 3 people help me pull it in.
I was going to say, did it give you a big fight?
He did.
They're
Indeed.
strong.
Very strong.
That was a great picture there. Whoa.
That was a tournament I was fishing in. I used to fish the billfish tournaments up and down the coast, and that was one out of Pensacola, I believe. No, Orange Beach. And we caught 2 monster mahi there. Wow. And unfortunately, one of the motors in our boat broke down. We couldn't get them back in the scales. One of them would have placed. The other one was just outside at 4th place. But one of them was a money fish, but we couldn't get him in the scales on time.
Wow, one of the motors knocked off.
Yep, and they got a deadline, got to get them in.
Yeah, we got to make the deadline. All right.
That's my little pond up there in Alford, and my neighbor owns Uncle Ernie's there. He gave me a little pedal boat. He said he's not using it, and so I take that little pedal boat in there, and I can just get it up all the nooks and crannies.
Ideal, isn't it?
It's perfect.
That is a good idea. Okay.
Some more bass at our pond there.
You're getting a good bass fishing now.
My wife, she loves to catch just as much as me.
Oh, that's cool. All right, I want you to tell me about Mother's Day, Laura. Okay, here's a nice one here. Okay, real quick about what y'all just did on Mother's Day.
So we went out to the little pond in Alford, and we decided to do some fishing. Dad and I were out there on the pedal boat. You know, just fishing wasn't that good for us, but my mama caught a 5.2 pound bass.
Whoa. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, and okay. You dominating the bass. Look at this.
We love it.
Okay.
There's Lauren's bass right there. That's one we caught on a Rapala lure. A friend of mine was telling me about this. Rapala was white on the bottom, black on the top with a gold stripe, and he said, man, you can catch brim, you can catch bass. And so I was casting out, and they were fishing with worms and a bobber, and I caught a couple little baby bass, and she got hooked up on a branch, and so I put my rod and reel down to retie her hook, and go ahead and use mine while I'm waiting. And she pulls in that big giant bass while I'm fixing her line.
Oh, that's great. All these are coming out of the same pond, basically?
All out of the same pond, yeah.
Okay, and all right, I think that's all I have there, but I'll get back to Mother's Day story. Your mom caught the biggest fish that day?
Yes, she caught the biggest fish we've caught out there.
Out there. And that's what it's supposed to be on Mother's Day then. She did it right.
She was happy.
That is great. And like I said, all these pictures coming out of the same pond right there.
All out of the same pond.
Somebody did a good job years ago by keeping it healthy.
Absolutely, and it hadn't been fished in forever. It's way off the beaten path out there. And we were out there in a pedal boat and not having very much luck, and I hear Kim hooting and hollering over there. I'm like, what is going on? I hear all the splashing, and a few minutes later, she's walking back up. Look at this, it's the biggest one yet. And Lauren's like, get in there, let's take a look at it. So I'm pedaling the boat trying to get in there and so we could weigh it, you know, and boy, she was just smiling ear to ear. And I'm like, you caught the 5, I've been wanting to try and catch a 5+, and she catches it first.
No, that's the way it's supposed to be.
It was Mother's Day, so can't complain.
That's right. And you know, we're talking about the joy and excitement and fun with the family fishing. I mean, it's demonstrated right here. What a lot of fun. Just in a little pond like that.
Absolutely. We've been having a blast with
Yeah,
it.
that's so cool. We're going to take our final break. Come back with Richard and Lauren from the Sleep Center. Right back. Okay, welcome back. You know, I always can tell when I have good guests because I always run out of time. So we're going to get started real fast. But first, let's take a look at our fishing game times brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Look at our times today, exactly 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock this morning and this evening from 8:22 to 10:22. Now, we're talking about advertising. If you've been around a while like we have, you remember when they first started advertising, but you remember how she was real young when she started.
A couple months.
Couple months old, okay. But tell the story about your feelings in advertising.
Well,
Okay.
you know, I went to a college on a business scholarship, and they always taught us, you know, in advertising, people love kids and animals. So I didn't have a child at the time, so I had a little miniature Dotson, and one of the first commercials I did, I had it wrapped up in a baby blanket. You couldn't tell it was Dotson, it just looked like a baby. And I said, whether your old mattress is worn out or you need to make room for a new member of the family, and I had somebody hand me the blanket, and right as they hand it to me, the blanket falls off and the dog's head sticks out like that. You know, come see us at the Sleep Center.
That was great. And then here comes Lauren, so...
Yeah, and her first commercial, she was a couple months old.
Yeah.
I said, have you been shocked at the high price of mattresses? And made her eyeballs pop out of her head, you know. And, you know, come see us at the Sleep Center,
Yeah.
you know.
And under the words that is always echoed with us was when you first started talking, you were little, so come see us. Say that again under Big Red Canopy. What would you say?
Just look for the Big Red Canopy.
There you go. Y'all remember that, right? And now look at you, and you're one of the main ones there. I guess you depend on her a lot, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. All my employees, my daughter and everybody else that works up there, they really enjoy working up there. We want to take care of the customers.
I want to briefly mention, and I don't mean to minimize it by using the word briefly, but you give a lot to the community. And I know a lot of people don't like to brag about it, but I just remember being there and during the storms and during the pandemic. Just briefly, what are some of the things you were doing? This is awesome.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of people in trouble, so, and my store was no strangers to the damage. We lost a roll-up door, firewall was tore down, and we had a lot of work we had to do, but I got it up and running. I probably gave away a dozen mattresses before I got open again, just people in trouble. I'd see them on Facebook. My 84-year-old grandmother doesn't have a place to sleep. And I feel like the Lord's been very good to me. I've been blessed and put in a position to help. So, you know, if you got a chance to help, might as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've been there. They've loaded up a whole semi-full of mattresses. I know you took them to some of the fire stations and donated some of those to all kinds of different places.
We did. We took care of all the fire department. We figure, you know, one of the guys came in to get some mattresses and for the fire department, they picked out the cheapest, most uncomfortable, but they were trying to save money for the taxpayers, you know, but I couldn't have that. I mean, these people, they don't get very much sleep, and if they're going to get very little sleep, you want them at their best when, you know, if they got an emergency. So I've got them sleeping comfortable on some Tempur-Pedics now.
That's what we're talking about, folks. You know, just, you know, he's been blessed and he's blessing others. We talk about this on the show all the time, and we can talk about it here on a show like this, and this is what it's all about, you know, helping your fellow man and all, so that, and having a successful business. What about the future? What does the future hold for the Sleep Center?
Well, you know, a lot of people have been asking us to expand, but I really don't want to. And we've got a lot of stores, not mine, they're all individually owned and operated across the Southeast. We could open more, but I'm just not interested. Life is short, and I want to spend time with family, and you know, I think I've been blessed, and I don't want to be greedy, just enjoy what I got.
That is awesome, and that's why we're so proud to have them as one of our sponsors, and you know, here it is, a local guy, a local family, and they have this love for their fellow man and also the outdoors. That's always been a big deal. Were you excited when you got Homecoming Queen candidate for outdoor ed?
I was, yes, sir.
That's a big deal now. I know that. And you, if you had your dream vacation as far as going on vacation outdoors and all, what would you do? Or maybe you could add on to it. What would you do?
Oh my gosh. I've never been to the Bahamas.
Okay.
So that would be pretty nice.
Dad.
Yeah, and I tell you, one of the best vacations I took was Costa Rica, and really enjoyed that. And we went deep sea fishing while we were out there.
Yeah.
And gosh, we just had a great time. Horseback riding on the beach, four-wheeling through the jungle.
Yeah.
I got to rappel, we both got to rappel down a waterfall. So,
yeah,
having a blast in the outdoors.
That's cool. We got a couple minutes left. When you set your inventory up, I always thought about this. How do you keep your inventory straight on all the mattresses? I walk in there and think, how do you do that?
There's so many, and used to, before we had computers, we'd go take inventory and we have to write it all, and you got the mattresses, you got the box springs, you got twins and full. So you got one mattress and a twin, you got it in a full, you got it in a queen, you got it in a king, and you got columns, and you want to make sure you put it in the right column. And is it a plush? Is it an extra firm? Is it a pillow top? That's all the same name of the mattress, but different firmnesses. And the computers really helped out a lot.
Okay.
It helps us with the inventory there for sure.
And when you walk in, the guys, y'all all know exactly where to go.
Yeah. and you know, people told me I was crazy because I built this giant warehouse where I keep all this inventory in stock. They said, you're crazy to tie up that much money in inventory. But who knows when you might need it, might need to live off of it. And then the crazy pandemic hit, you couldn't get inventory, and I was the only one in town that had mattresses.
I remember that.
So I've been over-ordering for over a year now, and we got a warehouse full of mattresses where everybody else is empty. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. But when you do good things happen. I always said that.
Absolutely. You're right about that.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming on. Like I say, we've been wanting to come on. Now, you got to promise me you got to come on soon and don't wait this long next time.
Absolutely. We'd love to.
And send me some pictures, too. You can always send me pictures. And it's okay if your mom will catch a big fish now, but you're going to catch a big one ahead of her next time, okay? I said, this is bigger than my mom's.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
We're working on it.
One more time, say about the red canopy.
Just look for the big red canopy.
I love it. Richard, thank you so much, and thank you for what you do for our community.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Folks, we appreciate you watching. We appreciate you supporting sponsors like this family here. So y'all take care of them, and they'll take care of you. Do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.